Hello. Oh, hi. I know. I have problems. We are trying to organize records because tomorrow is the midday monster hop at Otto Shrunken Head. And I didn't have this sorted out before, so we're doing this now. Louis, if you had records, how would you organize them? Well, okay. For me, LPs are in genre, separated by genre depending on if it's like pre or if it's pre rock and roll or not, and then alphabetical, and then chronological within artist, which is fine. But for 45s, I have not figured this out. I don't have a good way of doing this. Usually it's sort of kind of by genre. Like there's rhythm and blues and rockabilly, or there's like popcorn and like 1950s, 60s, like horror novelty 45s, and then like, punk, psychobilly, whatever. But actually, it's just chaos. It's chaos here. So if you have any suggestions on how to do this better, I am all ears. Yeah. Meanwhile, while I'm doing this and making very little progress, and somebody is not helping, we're going to do today's Decay. Because I almost forgot about today. I didn't forget about it. I was just, busy making delicious food, hanging out with friends, having drinks, what have you, living the life. It's not true. I was not very productive today. Anyway, today is August 21st. There's a lot going on, so I'm using my calendar as reference because I'm not going to remember all this otherwise. On this day, Jules Michelet was born in 1798. He has a really interesting backstory, and I didn't research it to remind myself of what it was before this. I meant to. As you can see, I've got a lot of work ahead of me. I think he was like an occultist. Wrote some really interesting literature. Not doing him a service on this day, though, that's for sure. Aubrey Beardsley was born on this day in 1872. I really love Aubrey Beardsley. I saw an awesome exhibit of his, and I didn't know that he died so young. I think he died like when he was like 26 or something like that. Like he knew he was going to have a short life, and he was determined to make the most of it. That stuff's great. Yeah. I think the exhibit's online now, but I took a whole bunch of pictures. Usually when I go to exhibits by myself, I try to take as many pictures as I can, as if like I'm going to one day share them with people who weren't there or something like that. I have them somewhere. I can find them probably. Fritz Freleng. Frizz Freleng, excuse me. Born 1906, of Looney Tunes fame. Like the golden era of wonderful Looney Tunes he's responsible for. Much like you're a Looney Tune. Mary Severin of EC Comics fame, born on this day, 1929. Not just EC Comics, she worked in all sorts of companies. Marvel, I think she worked in DC. Very often she was doing color work, but not only. And Mad, and I think had a twisted sense of humor herself. I never met her, and I wish I had. A really fantastic 1930s cartoon called Egyptian Melodies premiered on this day in 1931. I think I have that on 16mm here somewhere. I'm not digging it out for this, I'm sorry. The Seventh Victim, a Val Lewton film, premiered on this day in 1943. It's pretty good. It's again, I was talking about Val Lewton the other day when we were talking about John Brom and also Laird Krieger. Val Lewton did a whole series of film noir horror films, in part because he had no budget, and so they decided we're not going to show the monster, it's just going to be darkness, and we're going to let the audience project their worst fears on the void, and it works really well. Seventh Victim is one of his better ones. I think he did about 7 films. I could be wrong about that. What is it? Ghost Ship, Seventh Victim, Body Snatcher, I Walk with the Zombie, Cat People, Curse of the Cat People, Bedlam. That's 6 or 7. I lost count, and I might be missing one. But that's about it. They're all excellent in their own ways. Curse of the Cat People is the only one that I had a real difficulty with, because it's I really respect what he's doing, but it's a stretch. It's like it's like from a child's perspective, and it's almost like a nursery rhyme, not a nursery rhyme, but like a fable or a fairy tale. Anyway, it's probably worth a revisit, because everything he did was genius. So I'm sure I was wrong and he's right. Oh, what else? On this day in 1944, David Lockery was born, of Pink Flamingos fame. And 1952, Joe Strummer was born. You know, Joe Strummer. In 1964, the Hammer horror film The Gorgon premiered. And in 1981, An American Werewolf in London first was projected across screens around the world. So there you have it. That's today. Feel free to surround yourself by way too many records, like I am, or maybe some of those revisit some of those exciting people, films, whatever, because it's their day to be remembered. Speaking of being remembered, don't forget, tomorrow, maybe it's starting at 4, maybe it's starting at 5, it's the midday Monster Hop at Auto Shrunken Head, 14th Street and Avenue B in Mad Manhattan. Mike Decay, Mike Mortician, dogs and cats living together. It'll be a really good time. We started the Midnight Monster Hop at Auto Shrunken Head in 2002 or 3, and we're doing it monthly for a really long time. And he and I haven't DJed together in years. It's been years. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be great. And it's free, because I think we're not allowed to charge for anything anyway. I mean, it was always free, but right? Like, isn't that what the governor just said? No paid events ever again. That should be interesting. All right. Anyway, till tomorrow, maybe in a couple hours. Who knows? Goodbye.